So this is Roy Candy from Epic Gaming Night.
This is Robert Newman.
I'm Matt.
And today we're talking about Century Crystal Golem.
Yeah. Crystal Golem, not Spice Road.
Century Crystal Golem is a competitive game for 2 to 5 players where players are collecting crystals, playing merchant cards to gain more crystals and change those crystals into different types, and then spin those to gain Golem point cards. At the start of the game, each player will be randomly given a caravan card. The player with the caravan card with the gem in the top right corner will be the first player. Each player will start with a number of yellow crystals on their caravan card based on turn order. Each player starts the game with the same 2 merchant cards, one of which allows you to play it down and gain 2 yellow crystals. The other merchant card allows you to upgrade your crystals twice. Each crystal has different levels and you can upgrade them into better valued crystals. So if you can upgrade 2 crystals, you could upgrade 2 of your yellows into 2 greens, or you could turn a yellow into a green and that same green into a blue. As you play Crystal Golem, you're trying to upgrade these different crystals to match the ones on the Golem cards to gain points. Another action you can take is gaining new merchant cards. The merchant card on the far left of the display of cards is free for you to take into your hand without having to pay any crystals. But if you want to take one that's further in, say this card that allows you to just gain 1 blue crystal, then you have to put a crystal on each card to the left to be able to gain it, and then you'll be able to add that card to your hand to play on a future turn. When a merchant card is taken, you will take those cards and slide them to the left, filling in the spots and drawing a new merchant card. Also, whenever you gain a merchant card that has crystals on it, you get to add those crystals to your caravan. There are all kinds of merchant cards you can gain and try to utilize and combo during the game of Crystal Golem. Some of them you can upgrade your crystals, some of them you can downgrade your crystals into more quantities of crystals, some just straight up give you crystals, and others allow you to upgrade your crystals a ton. Another action you can take for your turn is acquiring Golem point cards. You can do so by having the correct amount of crystals in your caravan and then spinning those crystals back to the supply and gaining that card. You will gain extra points if you gain the Golem card that is in the farthest left slot. You'll gain 3 extra points and take a bronze coin, and if you take the one that's second from the left, you will get a silver coin that's worth 1 extra point. After you gain a Golem card, you will put it face down with any coins you've earned, and those will count for points for you at the end of the game. The first player to collect 5 point cards ends the game, and then all the players count up the points on their points Golem cards and their coins that they've earned, and whoever has the most is declared the winner. There are all kinds of different point cards, and these slide down just like the merchant cards, so you're trying to get the point cards when they're the most valuable right where the coins are. The last action that you're allowed to do is to pass and pick up all of your cards, allowing you to have your merchant cards back in hand to replay them to try to combo and regain more crystals. Although you're not allowed to have more crystals than your caravan can hold, if you ever play a card that would make you gain more crystals, then you have to choose which ones you'll gain and which ones will be put back in the supply. Crystal Golem is a lightning quick game as players are quickly playing their turns, collecting crystals to be able to build their golems and collect points to be victorious in Century Crystal Golem.
Awesome. So what do we think about Century Crystal Golem?
It is definitely a splendor killer. It is...
For you? Yeah?
Oh, easily, by far. I'm excited. I'm glad I was able to pick up a copy at Gen Con to introduce to my wife.
Yeah.
Really excited about it. So I had friends hook me up at Gen Con. I wasn't able to go, but such a great, fun, quick game. I just and I love the components and the artwork. Like
I love how fast the turns go in this game. Like, you can play with the full player count, and it's just like immediately back to your turn.
it kind of reminded me a little bit of Ethnos, like that.
Yeah, the way
where it's
Ethnos
like, if
goes
you're
real
paying
quick.
attention,
This one
quick
just
turn.
goes real quick, and this is the different art version compared to the Century Spice Road one. This is the Crystal Golem one, and I love the way the artwork looks in this one with all the. It gives me like a Hearthstone-ish vibe with the card backs and things look all like new looking, and then you have just the chunky crystals and everything.
Now, from my understanding, this is the exact same game as Century Spice Road.
Yeah,
it's just art-wise.
Matt, you have Century Spice Road, right?
Yeah.
So
It's definitely the same game. It's just the art's different, and then the colors of the crystals are a little different, so it might throw you off if you have Spice Road. But other than that, it is the exact same game, so it still plays very fast. It's very fast to teach.
Yeah.
Like under 5 minutes easily. Just sit down. This does this. This does that. Here we go.
I feel like this is the kind of game you can play with like almost anyone. It's so easy to teach, so quick to play. I played with my my in-laws or my sister-in-law's family, and they're from Colombia, and like English isn't their first language, and I was really able to just like, I know all the colors in Spanish now, and it was really easy to like teach them how to play the game, and we could just throw down the different cards, and they were gaining the different crystals and getting points, and it was a lot of fun to be able to play this game, even with like a language barrier going on. So you can play this game with anybody, and I think I mean, you don't have to be able to read to be able to play it, just as long as you can like match the colors and stuff.
Reading
really
helps
cool.
though. Go to school. Should learn how to read. I mean, it's very important. But I agree. It's a very fast, quick, simple, easy game to learn. And nothing against Spice Road. It's the same game, so it's a great game. I like it. But the artwork on this, like, this looks so cool to me.
And the crazy thing is, like, games that are just like cube pushers or point grabbing games are not normally my thing, but I do really enjoy like a lighter weight, like family style Euro. So like this fits right into like my wheelhouse of those kind of like grabbing the points and getting the full points as fast as possible sort of games. It's really quick and it's just really simple to play.
Yeah.
I love, and I'm not trying to harp too much on the artwork, but it kind of reminds me of a fantasy version of the Iron Giant, the old Disney movie, because you have like all just the really cool family, like people looking, and then you have these colossal just titans walking. I don't know why I'm stuck on it, because the theme really doesn't matter, but to me it just immerses so much more into the game, especially once you get the crystals. Now if you have a fish tank, you will recognize these crystals, or if your child has unicorn glitter luck, it's the same crystals, but it works well. It works well. And then the box. I mean, can we give it up to Plan B for the box? I mean, just like in Spice Road, everything fits perfectly. It's not wasted space, like Splendor. Everything just works,
fits in there really good,
perfectly. So
really, what do you think about the strategy and stuff in the game, Matt? I know you've played Century a ton.
It's really, it depends, especially based off like player count and stuff. So 2-player games might be a little slower, a little more strategic. I mean, it's not going to be slow by any means. If your game takes more than 10 minutes, I think somebody at your table probably thinks way too much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you know, there's that whole balance of like, okay, well, do I pick up a card that might help me out later? Do I go ahead and try to get one of the cards that's up front now? Do I try to go for it and then hold on to it and wait until somebody else starts building up to it, or force them to take cards from the other side here where you don't get to pick up a coin?
It's always about like trying to work for those ones that are about to be worth a bunch of points, because somebody else is probably working for the ones that are there right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And trying to see if you can hold off long enough to be able to grab it while it's worth 3 extra points.
It's like cost risk analysis. You're basically trying to figure out what the best bang for your buck is going to be as fast as possible. So you guys were telling me earlier that you two had played, and then Rob did a strategy where he just got all of the low point cards that he had, like the 4 gem cards that are typically skipped over because they don't have a whole lot going on.
Right. And I was trying to go for all the big giant points, and I just wasn't able to keep up with the aggro speed of Rob being able to grab all the cards.
I hadn't played it. I hadn't played this game in a couple weeks, and so just for a quick refresher, I was like, just get points. And also I was playing against Roy, and Roy is point hungry. And so I just knew
I was trying to min-max,
get him.
You were trying to play the speed game.
Yeah, I was just like, let me knock this out and get done as quickly as I can. And it worked, and it was fun. But it was close. I got my 5 cards before Roy, and I only beat him by 7 points.
But yeah, so what's our final verdict on Century Crystal Golem? It's amazing.
It's a must.
It's solid.
I mean, if you're looking for a gateway game or a filler game or a game to play beforehand, game to play with your family, game to play with your older kids, like you can just play this game with whoever, you know.
Man, of what's come out this year so far, I would probably say it's my game of the year.
Oh, nice.
Just because there's a whole lot of other stuff that's come out, and while it's good, this is something that I can continually come back to. I can play with literally anybody.
Yep.
Takes less than 5 minutes to teach. It's a solid game. Each time you play it, it's going to be a little bit different. You have people going for different strategies and stuff, and it just feels good. Like, everything about it, just the mechanics, it's so tight, and it plays so well. It's very well designed.
I just love these games where the turns are just like...
Yes, because I hate analysis paralysis. And like Matt and Roy said earlier, if the game takes longer than 10 minutes, it's because somebody's
going way too slow.
And that's 10 minutes with either 2 to 3 to 4 players, and so it's a great game.
Yes.
It's a must.
Awesome. So that was Centuries. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Golem Edition.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.